Hey, so I've been tasked with a challenge. I have started a coaching culture practice, and I'm learning all about the essentials of coaching. And the first challenge is I am supposed to share my thoughts on what I believe emotional intelligence to be. And this is a really difficult one for me. Well, not difficult, but it's an interesting concept that I've been diving into for the past, I don't know, 18 months since my separation. So, and especially also since having my little boy. I think for me, emotional intelligence began as this idea of you just need to know about your emotions. But I didn't realize that what it really entailed is this full gambit of skills that actually comes with being emotionally intelligent. And I believed that being emotionally intelligent or qualifying as an emotionally intelligent person was simply about building rapport and having empathy for others. And a big component that I was missing was my empathy for myself, introspection in terms of my own emotions and my own behaviors and the sensations and feelings that become present in my body when I'm in an emotional state, whether it be what we typically term negative or positive. Although that was another big learning curve for me, was understanding that there is no such thing as a bad or good emotion. They just all are. But the biggest lesson that I've learned tonight, and the biggest thing I want to really share with you, really is the idea of emotional literacy. When I stumbled across this concept with my my curiosity taking me down many rabbit holes, my mind just suddenly exploded with understanding. So, a component and one of the skill sets of emotional intelligence is understanding emotional literacy. And that really is the idea of being able to detail and specify the underlying emotion. So, do you actually know what it is that you're feeling? And are you able to adequately label it? In other words, we have a tendency to just say, oh, I'm feeling fine, or I'm good, or I'm happy, sad, angry, these sort of four generalized emotions. But underneath that, there's a full gambit of them. So, underlying anger might be a sense of envy, and under envy might be a sense of resentment, and under resentment might feel sadness, actually, or loss, or even grief. And it really blew my mind open when I understood the importance of being able to identify instead of just generically label, I'm feeling angry, but to sit with myself, not the other person, but myself, and introspect deeply around what it is that I was feeling underneath the anger. And it took help. So another person reflecting back to me and soundboarding with me and helping me notice and become more aware. Because when you're able to more clearly identify the underlying emotion and with it the feelings and sensations, the bodily sensations that come with it, we are able to more adequately resolve the issue. So when we think it might just be that we're angry with the other person, and you believe that the initial resolution to that is just to simply tell the other person, I'm angry with you, or you've made me angry, which, by the way, nobody can make you do anything. That's your choice to respond to that situation. When you flip the switch and you start to sit with your emotions a little bit more and dive a little bit deep, and sometimes using the 5 whys, which I do in my customer success job, but utilizing those 5 whys as a point of introspection or a tool set for introspection to uncover underneath what that anger is really generating from. So, what's the cause? Anger is the symptom, but what is the cause? means we have a much better understanding on how to resolve it. So underlying it is I'm angry because I feel resentment that that person gets to, have a leisurely lifestyle and I'm sitting here 8 hours at my desk. Or that person has chosen a particular way to live that allows them the freedom of their time, and there's jealousy because I don't get the same freedom. Now that's a whole other conversation to have with oneself than simply projecting our anger onto the other person. So you made me angry. And so it's then, okay, I actually need to think about how I can set up my life in a different way that I can fulfill those needs rather than projecting that emotion outwards to somebody else. So I hope that that was useful for you, and I get to complete my challenge. And I would love to know your thoughts on what I shared and if it was valuable. Cheers.